Sportz Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama, touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sportz Blitz Live.
Good Tuesday evening to everyone out there. Welcome into the latest edition of Sportz Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson, and we'll be with you until 9 o'clock this evening, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. It was a day on the plains at Auburn University this past Saturday. We'll talk about that. Boy, it was a fantastic, exciting day.
It was a day, all right.
It was at that. Alabama spring practice continues. I think their A day is what, 22nd?
Yeah, the 21st.
21st. That's a Saturday. Coming up in a couple of weeks, Auburn baseball and Alabama baseball in action. Alabama baseball.
Nah, come on. I mean, look, don't start doing that.
They're starting. Bohannon's got them playing well.
I will say this.
Top ERA since SEC play started.
Yeah, I will say this. Going to Missouri and winning the series is big, especially after Missouri went to Auburn and won the series. You got to feel a little better about that. I'm not getting my hopes up about this team just yet.
Nor should you, but still, they're playing better.
Yeah, I'm excited about where this thing is headed.
And while Alabama's baseball is playing better, Auburn baseball is playing worse.
You need your sound effect.
Yeah, we do. Softball in action. Alabama and Auburn in action this weekend. Alabama falling 2 games, or losing 2 of 3 to Florida. Auburn winning 2 of 3 at home to Tennessee. So a pretty good win for Auburn. Not a bad loss for Alabama.
No, but does it feel like most every softball game is a one-run game?
Yes, that's the sport.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, the pitching is so dominant. You got some teams like Georgia and Auburn in the last several years. It was really dominant hitting the ball, but I mean, pitching rules that sport.
Osario, who I think started Alabama the same time I did in 1991,
yeah.
She threw for at least 180 pitches yesterday.
I believe it.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, there are relievers that may not throw 180 pitches in half a season.
And she started Friday.
That's right.
Or Saturday or whatever. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, it's incredible. But just that underhand motion is so it's such a natural motion. It's easy on the arm. We'll talk about that. Braves off to a great start. Great start.
Are they?
Won the first 3 series. They lost last night, but hey, they were 6-4. So hey, NBA playoffs about to begin. Wake me up when it's over.
How can you talk about baseball starting? I mean, like it's just started. There's still 150 games.
150.
And you're snoring at the NBA playoffs,
yeah.
Which, by the way, seems rather interesting right now. I mean, it has some intrigue. I watched the Thunder play the Rockets the other night. Russell Westbrook looked like a man possessed going up against James Harden. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know how anybody can say, boy, I can't. You know, the Braves are looking good. Here, they're basically going about winning about 65% of their games so far. Now, we've got 150 games left, but, fingers crossed. I'm not going to let you diss
you mean to say
the
it
NBA
you said
and talk about the Major League Baseball like that. What?
You said you don't know how somebody says that. You want me to say it again?
I just don't. I mean, I think that it's...
To each his own, Luke.
I get you. All right, whatever.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about anything.
As wrong as you want.
Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about anything you'd like to talk about. Anthony Turling, Vice President of the ASF Foundation, which puts on the Alabama games, will be with us in the next segment by phone to talk about that. We've been setting that up for a couple of weeks now. It'll take place in June up in Huntsville. This is kind of a big deal for the state of Alabama. It's the 36th annual. Pretty neat thing, kind of like the Olympics. They have an opening ceremony, have about 30 different kinds of sports. You can get involved in this. There are teams from Elliott City that have gone up there, and I think maybe are going to go up there this year. So it's team sports, it's individual sports, just a pretty neat atmosphere. You go up there, it's about tourism as well. Go up there and watch the game. So he'll be with us to talk about that. He was with us on the Auburn Blitz today talking about it in person. He's going to be with us again in the next segment, so stay tuned for that. But we'll start tonight, Auburn A-Day. I did not go. I talked with Coach Jeff Hines. He was on Monday. He did go. A little nippy.
I can't believe we didn't see him in the stands. I mean, they reported 28,000 people there. If there were 28,000 people there, I mean, there's no
He said
chance.
That was about right.
There's no chance there were. I don't care if he was there. I'd have better view than he did of how many people were there.
How is that possible?
Because they showed you the overhead
one
shot.
Side. Oh, come on.
And look, it's okay.
It's okay
to say. Listen, everybody fudges their spring game numbers. Everybody does. Alabama does it. Auburn does it. They fudged 28,000. Yes, they fudged it.
You fudged 57,000.
You fudged. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you right now. I went to a Husker Du concert at UAB in 1986, and there were more people there than were at this A-Day game. And that's okay because the weather was bad. You knew the starters weren't playing.
I wasn't going.
I do not advocate going to this A-Day. I do not. Not when it's on TV. Look, when A-Day's on TV, the weather's awful. It's unseasonably cold and wet, and you know up to 7 starters, including the starting quarterback, who's the best quarterback on the roster by far, isn't playing. Who wants to go to that? And it's on. Did I already mention it's on TV?
Yes.
Oh, I should say that twice.
Do you? I mean, look, they count turnstiles, man. Come on.
Well, how many times do you go through the turnstile?
It doesn't really matter. I don't care whether there were that many people there or not. But nonetheless, what happened? You know, they started out with a 7-on-7 just so you could see Jared Stidham throw the ball, which was, really not that impressive. But
I thought, by the way, I thought that was really dumb. If you're going to do that, that's fine. I mean, but throw the ball downfield. Did you see how many times they checked off in the 7-on-7 drill?
Yes.
And what it reminds me of is I went to
that's because the defense was so good.
Let me tell you what it reminds me of. And I've talked about this on the show. I went to Alabama's practice before the Clemson game this last year, and I watched Jalen Hurts, and he was checking down every time, and I was thinking, it's practice. Fling one. Give it a shot. Let it rip. And then they put Tua in, and he is throwing it downfield. And I was thinking, that's kind of what you want to see. I thought the same thing about 7-on-7. I mean, if you throw a pick, what does it matter? I mean, show that you have the gumption to throw it deep and give somebody a chance, give your receiver a chance to go get the ball.
Well, we're trying it. We're saving it for the season.
Okay, saving it for Washington. I don't blame you. You've got it tucked away nice and good.
Yeah. It's bad, and this has happened more than once, but it's bad when your MVP is your kicker.
Yeah.
And it clearly is because, I mean, it's hard to say this, and look, it's a small sample size, but I'm already ready to say Anders Carlson may be better than his brother.
All right, let's not go nuts because I think
I'm telling you, man.
I think Daniel Carlson.
He looks like a pro.
If you told me you put Daniel Carlson on your all-time SEC team as the kicker, I would nod my head and say I can see that.
He may be the backup.
I mean, look, maybe Anders Carlson is, but can we at least get through A-Day? I mean, do you mind?
I normally don't do that. I try not to jump
they
ahead.
also don't rush the kicker in this thing, right?
Well, look, if they block every kick, they're going to have to block it. That's the only way you're going to keep him from making it.
Give him the strength, sweet 8
I'm just
pound,
saying,
6 ounce baby Jesus.
Yeah. Something we didn't talk about, Deshaun Murray apparently has decided to transfer from Auburn. Austin Wiley has entered the NBA draft, although he will not sign with an agent, so that's good news. Jared Harper is putting his name in there. He will not sign with an agent. Mustafa Heron is gone. He is going to sign with an agent. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about a lot of the SEC guys that are leaving early and what maybe that's going to do for the prospects of the SEC next year. But Deshaun Murray leaving from Auburn, that's a surprise, I think. But whether he's going to go to the NBA or whether he's going to go as a grad transfer somewhere else, that's up for debate. So I guess I don't even quite know what to make of it. We've been talking about Auburn basketball and talking about projecting forward their top 12 team in pretty much every ranking that has come out. If those 4 guys, well, at least if those 3 guys don't come back, Murray, Wiley, and Heron, I feel pretty comfortable that Jared Harper will come back. Does that change your outlook of Auburn Tigers?
I don't think there's any doubt.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know that we're done with people potentially announcing they're going pro. Here's the thing with Harper. Harper's doing a little bit like Braxton Key did last year. When Braxton Key came out for Alabama, everybody said, what is going on here? And I think they just want to see where they fit in the pecking order. Now, Braxton Key found out he's not very high in the pecking order. I think Jared Harper's going to find out the same thing. He might go to the combine and kill it. I don't know. You got to be invited to the combine, first of all. But he's got good range, but he doesn't have the size you necessarily want. And I don't know if he's got the athleticism for somebody to make up for the lack of size. Like Nate, he played at Washington. Yeah, he played at Washington. How did I forget that one? He played at Washington, and then he goes to the Celtics, and he goes to all these other places. He's, NBA dunk champ. He's everything. Jared Harper doesn't have that kind of athleticism. Oh, no. So I think Harper will be back. I would be mildly surprised if Austin Wiley came back. I listened to another show today, and they kept saying, he'd do so much better with one more year. Why? Why would he do better with one more year? He's got a much more chance to get hurt. It's not like Bruce Pearl is known for developing NBA players in general, much less big men. I'd go to Europe if I were him, easily, and go get paid and be done with all this junk about the FBI, which could potentially haunt you for a while. There are 4 of the teams that were announced today that are going to be facing charges. Who knows where this thing is going to go? I don't see any reason for Austin Wiley to come back, honestly. Then Deshaun Murray leaving, look, it's not the biggest blow. I think you and I talked off air that Auburn's got some guys that can fill in his role. But it's a blow nonetheless. He's one of 2 guys that started every single game this year for Auburn.
And he was a demon on the boards, and he was
good
a big
defender.
Player. Yeah, good defender as well. We're going to go ahead and take our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Sportz Blitz Live, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air, right after this.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. At Main Street Family Urgent Care, we want you to know one of the benefits of our clinic. We have a self-pay option that allows you to get the most out of your visit. That means you don't have to worry about receiving a large bill after your visit. $125 covers all in-house labs, stitches, x-rays, or injections, and we have a selection of antibiotics available in the clinic. We want you to feel better fast at Main Street Family Urgent Care, open 7 days a week in Alexander City across the street from Walmart. Heal better, feel better fast.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized easy-go cart dealer that has no limits on a perfect easy-go cart. Whether it's a fully customized cart or a stock-made cart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best easy-go carts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Bice Motors in Alexander City. Brian and his crew offer the latest lines of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, as well as the best used inventory around. Guaranteed lowest price. Bice.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham here with Anthony Turling, Vice President of ASF Foundation, who is putting on the Alabama State Games. This is the 36th annual event, taking place in June the 8th through the 10th. And Anthony, welcome into the Sports Blitz Live.
How you doing, Andy? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, doing really well. Anthony used to help us out with Sports Call. We used to do that show. We're good to talk with you again. You came on last year and we promoted this event. This time, I think it was in Dothan last year. This year, it's in Huntsville. Just if you would, for those out there that are not familiar with this event, just in general, kind of describe what it's all about.
Yeah, it's if you think of the Olympics, but just think of grassroots, it's a 3-day event, like you said, June 8th through 10, 2018 in Huntsville and Madison County. It's a multi-sport event. It's the state's largest multi-sport event. For youth, adults, and we offer, kind of segment in that. We offer events for seniors, and we also offer events for those with disabilities with like Miracle League and adaptive bowling and some other sports. But it's an all-encompassing event, just to kind of go through a few of the sports, and we have 30 to be exact this year. That's the largest lineup of sports we've ever put out in one event. If you have anything from an archery 3D competition or an archery 2D competition or FIDA, so that's like your Olympic-style archery, anything from karate to baseball, basketball, soccer, swimming. We have track and field. So we have a lot of different sports. Pickleball is a very popular sport for adults. So, yeah, it's just a big multi-sport event, and it's a non-profit event. So the entry fees, what you're going to pay is an entry fee per sport. So whether it's an individual sport like archery or a team sport like soccer, baseball, you're going to pay a very low entry fee just to cover some of the expenses of a normal competition. And there's no entry to get in the venues. There's no parking fees or anything like that. We offer concessions. So it's just like you're coming to an event in your local community. This is just an event that's statewide and also has people coming from across the country. I mean, we have people right now signed up from Texas, Tennessee, Florida, all over. So it's a large event, and it's a family-friendly event.
What kind of sporting events are there for seniors? I'm kind of curious.
For seniors, we have a lot of different options. Like you say, track and field. Track and field for seniors, I mean, we've had in our games 70, 80-year-olds run, and then, in an age group, we've had a 4-year-old. So we've had 4-year-olds all the way up to the 80-plus-year-olds. We have tennis is also, pickleball is a popular one, bowling, disc golf, some of those kind of sports are really popular. Horseshoes is another popular sport for seniors. We try to work with, in line with, the sports that the Senior Olympics of Alabama offers so that they can also compete in that and compete in this. Swimming is another event where we have seniors competing. So, we offer a lot of different options.
You said this is kind of molded after the Olympics, and you see the graphics on the screen with the torch and everything like that. One of the biggest things about the Summer and Winter Olympics is the opening ceremony. Is there something like that associated with the Alabama games?
Yes, definitely. That's the experience that we offer. I mean, we have great competition. We have competitive competition. I mean, we have anywhere from recreation teams to Y-ball to Parks and Recreation. Local groups from Alex City have been coming for a lot of years, whether it's gymnastics, basketball teams. But yeah, they come, and if they want the experience of the Alabama State games, they got to come to the opening ceremony, which is Friday, June 8th at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville. So it's in an arena setting. It's live televised. So you're going to see cameras. You're going to see lights and show type stuff. It's a live show, so I mean, you're going to see a lot of those components. But some of the specifics that you'll see are the parade of athletes, just like you see in the Olympics where they parade as countries. We just do a parade of athletes that's really popular with, energy type music, kind of like a pep rally. We have T-shirt cannons, fireworks, and we have all types of pyrotechnics and laser light shows. And then it ends with the lighting of the torch, as you mentioned. We have the 1984 Olympic torch from LA and the 1996 torch from Atlanta. Both were used in the relay to light the cauldron. So we're very blessed to have those. And we use those to light our state games of Alabama flame in a very unique way. And so being in Huntsville, I know in our years past, about 13 years ago, we lit it with an astronaut strung across, going on a wire. Looked like they were flying in space. So you'd have to just come to opening ceremony on Friday on June 8th to check it out. And I will emphasize it's free. So in years past, we've had, in recent years, just last year and the year before, we've had average 10, 11,000 people at this. And again, we offer concessions and entertainment. So if you go to our website, and you probably have seen it on the screen, alagames.com, it's ALAGAMES.com, you'll see all the sports, you'll see opening ceremony information, some videos, and then I'll also mention hotels. We work with all the local hotel partners to get reduced rates, and you cannot go to hotels.com or any other place to find lower rates, and you can book straight through our website to those hotels. So this is an economic impacting event for this state.
So how do you register, and what's the deadline for registration?
Yes, so if you go again to alagames.com, you'll see a drop-down menu with Alabama State games, and you'll see the list of all the sports that we offer. Some of those we've mentioned, and if you click on those, each sport has its own dedicated page, which gives you the entry fees, the deadlines per sport. Every sport has a different deadline. So some end at the end of May, some have on-site registration, so you can wait till the day of the event, or some end really close to it. So I would just encourage you to check out the website, look at all that information, and you can register straight online. So everything could be done mobile. In this day and age where everybody's stuck in their phone or tablets, this can be done through your phone or tablet pretty seamlessly. And, of course, if you want to follow us on social media at ASF Foundation, you can find other information there, too.
Well, if you want to participate in this, obviously putting on something of this magnitude, there's how many? I mean, there's got to be are you looking for volunteers to work at this thing, or is this just all about participation?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. We're a volunteer-driven organization. We're a nonprofit 501c3. We have a very dedicated, talented, but small staff of about 6 to 8 people as we move along throughout the year with interns, volunteers, and then when we come to the local area, and we have volunteers come from Montgomery, South Alabama, all over Alabama. So if you go to that website, you'll see a volunteer link, and where you can sign up to be a volunteer, where you can either help with opening ceremony, to be involved with a big production that you'll see, like I said, big trucks and cameras and all kinds of big production like you see in a big show. And then you'll get experience working sporting events, many different ones. So no experience required, and you do get a lot of good things out of it. So I encourage anybody in the local area that wants to come up to Huntsville on June 8th through 10 and help. That would be great.
That's the Alabama State Games, the 36th annual, June 8th through the 10th. Registration going on right now, alagames.com. Anthony Turling, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Good to talk with you as always. Up against a break here, but don't go anywhere. More Sports Blitz Live on the way right after this.
The Lennox iComfort S30 thermostat can sense changes in your environment. It even knows when you come and go. So now your home's most important system is also the smartest.
Farnell Mechanical gives you the smartest home comfort system available. It knows when you're away and adjusts when allergens and humidity get uncomfortable.
Trust Farnell Mechanical to provide perfect air for your family.
What perfect feels like. Lennox.
Spring into savings with 0% APR financing at BMW of Columbus. Plus, the BMW X2 has arrived, the ultimate driving machine's newest edition. Come in today for a test drive and check out the redesigned BMW X3. Always open at bmwofcolumbus.com.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937. 866-837-6937. Or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
There's no clean like Peaches and Clean.
With Automower by Husqvarna, who needs you? It's the original yard robot. It goes around your trees and flower beds. It goes up hills up to 30 degrees in grade. Even does narrow areas and walkways. Automower beautifully manicures your lawn automatically. Imagine a lot more mower and a lot less of you.
Visit TPE on Frederick Road in Opelika or Highway 14 in Tallahassee.
Good night, boss.
See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
When you're a business owner, your mind is always on the job.
Anything before I go?
All set.
So is ours. At Frankenmuth Insurance, our independent agents work with you to customize coverage, improve safety, and help prevent losses. Let us take some of the work off your plate. Start a frank conversation with your local agent.
Sarah Honda, Sarah Nissan, and Tony Sarah Ford in Sylacauga offers the largest selection of Hondas, Nissans, and Fords in Central Alabama. And our promise to you is customers first. Over 100 vehicles under $10,000. And with 800 certified vehicles every day, you're guaranteed to find the vehicle of your dreams. Plus, with the Sarah Promise, you'll get the best deal. No hassle trade, best service, and the 72-hour exchange policy. Central Alabama, this is Sarah Country.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air, your authorized East Central Alabama train dealer. Call Advanced Heating and Air. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you until 9 o'clock. 256-234-6221. Appreciate Anthony Turling, VP of ASF Foundation, who's putting on the Alabama State Games. Be sure to, if you want to get involved with that, individual sports, team sports, 4 years old to 84 years old.
Anybody cut it off. If you're 85, you're just out of luck.
You're out of luck. I would like to see somebody 85 run the 100-yard dash.
Well, I mean,
maybe we ought to cut it down.
What
to
if when you registered you were 84, but your birthday?
I think they'd let you.
They'd let you slide in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go change gears a little bit. Talk about never too early to talk about 2018 football, college football that is. ESPN FPI win projections for SEC teams. Too high, too low, just right. Luke Robinson is the man that would know.
Yes, that is very true. Thank you for finally acknowledging.
It's always been there. We'll start at the bottom and go to the top.
All righty.
Vanderbilt, 3.9 wins for the Commodores. Too high, too low, just right.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is pull up schedules as we go here, and Vanderbilt plays against Middle Tennessee, who gives them fits seemingly every year. I know Vanderbilt had to come from behind, I think, to win last year. Vandy's also traveling to Notre Dame this year.
Oh, that's not going to be good.
No, I don't think so. From the West, though, they play Ole Miss and Arkansas. If you're going to play two teams from the West this year, I think those are the two teams you'd want to play. I think
You got no faith in Chad Morrison.
I think 3.9 wins is low for them. I think they get to 5 or 6 wins this year.
Okay. Texas A&M, Jimbo's first year, 7.4 wins. Not a lot of confidence in the Aggies.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they get Clemson at home. That's going to be a tough out. Northwestern State's a win. UL Monroe probably a win. I'm going to say the Arkansas game's a win. Now they get Kentucky from the East and they get South Carolina from the East. Just like I said with Vandy, those are probably the two of the teams you'd want. But South Carolina and Kentucky are going to be
South Carolina, they're permanent.
Tricky good. Yes, South Carolina is their permanent. And so I think South Carolina and South Carolina and Kentucky could be tricky good. I'm going to say 7.
At Auburn's, I've been good to them.
I'm going to say 7 wins is just right for them.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee, 5.8 wins for the Volunteers.
My gut reaction is that's a little high. They open up at West Virginia, where they play West Virginia. I think that game's either in Charlotte or somewhere like that.
Not playing it at a racetrack?
No, they're not playing at a racetrack, I don't think. They got ETSU and UTEP, so they get a couple of freebies there. They play Florida, all the teams from the East, of course, and they also get Charlotte. You know, I think they can beat Missouri at home. I think they can beat Kentucky at home.
Pick up Auburn this year.
They do play Auburn this year, and they also play Alabama. Probably the toughest stretch of, if you're Tennessee, you're like, give us a break, man. I don't think they can get to 6 wins, so I'm going to say it's 5 under. They go under that. They give me 5.8.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if Tennessee only got 4 wins. It would not shock me.
Yeah.
They're bad.
They're bad. South Carolina, 7.2 victories for Will Muschamp.
Yeah, I could see this team getting beyond that. Their non-conference is Coastal Carolina, Marshall, Clemson, and Chattanooga. They've got that weird schedule where they finish up with 2 non-conference teams.
Right.
But I think they'll go 3 out of 4 there. So can they pick up 5 wins when their Western opponents are Texas A&M, as I mentioned, and it's at South Carolina, and then at Ole Miss? I think they win both of those games. So I think, I'm going to say over.
You got no confidence in Ole Miss, huh? There's some foreshadowing here.
I really don't. Yeah, I know. That's true. You could probably bypass Ole Miss at this point.
Ole Miss, 6.3 victories.
I got to go under. They play Texas Tech. I think that's going to probably end up being a loss. They lost Shea Patterson.
Did they win that game last year, or did they lose that game, Texas Tech? Didn't they play them last year?
No, they played somebody else last year, didn't they?
I can't remember.
Anyway,
they went out to California, didn't they?
They played Cal.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I should be a little. I think. Yeah, I know, and I think Ole Miss might have the best.
1 million yards.
They might have the best receiving core in the country. Seriously. However, I'm not sure about their offensive line. I know their defense isn't going to be good. So
yeah, I don't anticipate their defense taking
a
giant leap forward.
Who knows what?
They haven't had a running back since Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, they haven't had.
So John Avery, whichever.
John Avery was pretty strong. Yeah, I think that's what did you say theirs is 6.3? I got to go under there.
So they no bowling for. Well, they're not going bowling anyway.
I don't think they can go bowling anyway.
Missouri 7.3 victories. For the Tigers.
Their big non-conference game is at Purdue. I think that's certainly winnable. They bring back
Purdue's
Locke.
even better.
They bring back Drew Locke. I think that's going to make them a little tougher. I can see Missouri.
What did they started 0-2?
I'm going to say that's just right.
Or they started 1-3.
Yeah,
I'm going to say went on a tear.
Well, they've got UT Martin. They've got Wyoming without Josh Allen, who may be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Then at Purdue, and then they welcome Georgia, and they always seem to play Georgia pretty tight. I'm going to say that's just right. 7 wins for Missouri.
Georgia's got to go to Missouri this year? Interesting.
Not really.
Mississippi State, high on the Bulldogs, 8-4. 8.4.
I'm not high on the Bulldogs, by the way. How have we not talked about Mississippi State going to Kansas State? First of all, kudos to Mississippi State. I think that's awesome that they scheduled that game.
Auburn went to Kansas State.
I get it. But let's also, even as an Alabama fan, I will say that's scheduling down for Auburn. They can aim higher, like Washington.
It took all we did to win that game.
I understand, but Kansas State is not in Auburn's class.
I agree.
Okay, I think Mississippi State, Kansas State, that's those two can help bring each other up. You know what I mean? I think that's who
Vanderbilt should have beat Kansas State last year.
Okay, all that notwithstanding, I'm just saying that's who Mississippi State should aim for. Mississippi State's not going to get a call back from UCLA. They're not going to get a call back from Michigan. They're not going to play home and homes with them.
You don't think they could get a call back from UCLA?
I don't think so. UCLA is still a big name. It's still in Los Angeles, in the second largest market in the country.
Okay. Up against the break here, but we'll discuss this, and we'll tackle the other 7 teams in the SEC when we come back. FPI win projections. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you, gotta get to Gills. Selection and price, gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Spring's in full swing at Alex City Marine, and the all-new 2018 Landau and Manitou Tri-Tunes are on the lot with more arriving daily. Take a demo and save with off-season pricing. Alex City Marine needs your trade, so now through the spring, the good guys at Alex City Marine are offering top values on all trade-ins. Make sure to get your boat in early for repairs and summerization, and you'll find boating's best lines of Suzuki and Mercury outboards. Go with the pros the locals know, and save the date of April 27th for our huge in-water boat show and sale.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside,
but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy,
ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Dark Insurance, offering insurance for all your personal needs, including auto, boat, homeowners, and disability. Don't be in the dark. Call Dark Insurance at 256-234-5026.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you for about an hour and 20 more minutes. Looking at ESPN's FPI win projections for the 2018 season, SEC teams, too high, too low, just right. LSU, Coach O 6.2 victories.
Wow.
According to ESPN.
That seems low, but then you look at the schedule. You play Miami and Dallas on a Sunday. You got to favor Miami there, I think.
I think you do.
You got Southeast Louisiana, and then you're at Auburn.
That hadn't been good to them the last several years.
And you get La Tech at home, Ole Miss at home, but your two teams from the East are Florida and Georgia, and you go to Florida again. You just went there last year. Look, man, and they play Rice, and they got Texas A&M at Arkansas versus Alabama versus Mississippi State. I think 6 wins is just right. If he gets to 7 wins, it's pretty doggone good with this schedule.
If they go 6-6, does he
He's
lose?
out. He's out.
He's out.
Oh, he's got to be. And they're going to find, they'll get. I'm trying to think who will be out there. They might call him Bobby Petrino if he is not embroiled in some other country. Oh, they might call Lane Kiffin. I've thought about that before. You're right. They might give Lane, because he didn't work last time.
Could be.
They'll be much more desperate this time.
Yeah, no doubt. Kentucky, 5.4 victories for the Wildcats.
Oh, me.
Aren't they a perennial 6 to 7 win team now?
Yeah, but they're at Louisville. I don't know necessarily if that's good or bad. Louisville's not going to be very good this year. And they also play Central Michigan, which is one of those tricky MAC teams. Their teams from the West are Texas A&M and Mississippi State. So it's not awful. I'm going to say that's low. I think they could get to 6 or 7 wins. Yeah.
Georgia, 10.9 victories.
Man, I'll tell you, I want to say Georgia's going to come back to earth, but you look at their schedule. Now, they do travel to LSU, but we just talked about that. I would like Georgia's chances there. And they still do have Jake Fromm. They're still going to have a strong running game, even though they've certainly lost some power there. They've got some good receivers. They're loaded. I think that's probably 10.9. I mean, so you're essentially calling it 11. I guess that's just right. They're going to lose to somebody. I mean, if it's Georgia Tech at home, where they get tripped up, it could be. They also play 2 non-conference teams to end the season. If it's Auburn at home or at South Carolina or at LSU, I can see one of those losses happening. I don't think they lose any more than that, though. I think 1 loss is where they are, and I think they go represent the East.
Florida, 8.1 victories for the Gators.
Florida's at Florida State. We'll have no idea what that game's going to be about with
Florida,
2 new coaches.
Okay.
Yeah. They also, from the West, they have LSU and Mississippi State. That Florida at Mississippi State's a little bit more intriguing now with Dan Mullen coming back home. God, what'd you say, 8? I'm going to say that's just right.
They're an 8-win team.
Yeah, I think they're an 8-win team.
Auburn, 9.1 victories.
Whew, I'm going to say that's just right, but if anything, I think it's high after A-Day. I promise you. I thought A-Day was discouraging in the sense
You just told me before the show that you don't read anything.
I didn't say. I said I don't read a lot into it. I'm going to read a little bit into it in that, and you can't predict injuries, but, man, if something happens to Jarrett Stidham, you don't feel good.
It could be, you have to assume the offensive line is going to make some progress between now and the start of the season.
Well, here's the thing. I would say I have Washington as one of my playoff teams next year. So I think Auburn would lose to Washington, lose to Alabama, and lose to Georgia. Essentially, all 3 of those, they're in the Mercedes Dome in their House of Horrors for Washington, and then at Georgia, at Alabama, I feel like those are probably losses. Do I think Auburn can win the rest of them? Yes. But if I had to pick lower or higher, I'd say lower. I think they have a better shot of losing one of those other games than winning at Alabama, winning at Georgia, or beating Washington.
Judging by what Alabama did to Washington with their defense, you don't think Auburn's defense could shut them down?
Oh, I think Auburn's defense could shut them down. I also think Washington has grown since that game. I mean, their quarterback play, you got to think, has gotten a little bit better. He's had a couple of years to marinate since then. They still have still have a great coach in Chris Peterson.
I don't discount that.
And that Alabama defense from a couple years ago was pretty incredible. This Auburn defense is good too, but Auburn did lose a lot in the defensive secondary. And it's the first game. If this game were played later in the season, who knows? But right now, I would favor Washington in that game.
Okay. So you say that's high?
No, I'm going to say it's just right.
Just right. Arkansas 5.9 victories.
I think that's high.
Era begins.
I just think that's high, man. I think you're changing a whole philosophy.
You were big on Arkansas last year.
I was, I was dead wrong. You know, when Kramer thought that Elaine could run the magazine, run the catalog,
well, I was wrong.
He said I was way off. I was way off. Yeah,
so you're putting the urban sombrero on.
I'm putting the urban sombrero right there on Chad Morris's head. You're changing philosophies, and I don't see it, man. Tell me, I don't think they're going to win at Mississippi State or Missouri. I don't know that you can beat LSU at home. I'm not sure you can beat Vandy at home.
That's the thing, the change in philosophy, the drastic change in philosophy in one season. It usually there's some growth there. Again, of course, I don't know. Gus Malzahn turned it around pretty good, but there was a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah, it's a different animal, man. Playing in Jordan-Hare is a lot different. And having, Auburn caught lightning in a bottle that year, and there was everything hit just right. And Arkansas is not going to catch lightning in a bottle like that. Auburn can do it. They've shown they can do that, in spurts. Arkansas, when's the only time we've ever seen it? When Clint Sterner was the quarterback and he fumbled at Tennessee in 98?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. Well, there was some pretty good Arkansas teams in there. They had a bruising running game with Chuma and
okay. Darren McFadden was pretty good.
Madre Hill.
How many times have they won the SEC since they've been in the conference?
I would say 0.
0 would be the correct answer.
But they've been, 3 times?
I think 3 times they've represented the West.
Alabama, 10.8 victories. It's kind of funny that they put Georgia just a little higher.
I'm going to tell you,
Alabama.
I think Alabama's low. I look at Alabama's schedule and I say if Alabama's not going to have one of those years where they can lose a non-conference game this year. I mean, lose a regular season game this year. They can't do it. They've got to go undefeated and win the SEC. Because their schedule did them no favors this year. And I say did them no favors, you say, well, Alabama controls it. First of all, they don't control the SEC schedule. It's whoever's on the rotation. At Tennessee, and Tennessee ain't beating Alabama. And Missouri's coming into Tuscaloosa, and Missouri's not beating Alabama. They play Louisville. Everybody thought that'd be a fun game. In Orlando, Alabama is a 31-point favorite right now. The only 2 losses that I could see Alabama having one of 2 places would be at LSU, which I wouldn't put a lot of confidence in at all. Alabama losing that game, they'll be a double-digit favorite. And then at home against Auburn, where they would also probably be a double-digit favorite. So I would say that's low. I think Alabama goes undefeated in the regular season, and then they play Georgia and Atlanta, and all bets are off.
Up against another break. That was the ESPN FPI win projections for SEC teams. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Clearing out all the 2017 models at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. Payments as low as $199 per month and 2 years of free maintenance with every Nissan purchase now through September 30th. But only at Lynch Nissan. Shop now at lynchnissan.com. Got your eye on a new Nissan? Get to Lynch Nissan of Auburn right now for your best deal. Save up to $8,500 off MSRP. Plus, get 2 years free maintenance on every new Nissan now through September 30th. Exclusively at lynchnissan.com.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with 0 down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for 0 down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
At US AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, US AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the US AmeriBank difference. US AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bezlo's Cafe and Bar is Lake Martin's newest sensation destination. Bezlo's is located in the heart of downtown Eclectic and has ridiculously good food that you can't get anywhere else. With gourmet pizzas, 42 beers, 20 different wines, and as well as the lake's best seafood and steaks. Bezlo's has billiards, darts, cornhole, and more. Plus, karaoke every Thursday night and live music on the weekends. Join us for happy hour from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for $2 domestics or $3 wells. Bezlo's Cafe.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Gorees Furniture.
Your expressway to savings.
What's different about Hyundai of Auburn? Beautiful cars built here from parts made here. That's jobs and tax money.
And right now, Max, record low finance plans. 0% interest and $42.50 cash to spend with no budget busting repairs for a full 10 years. Drive a new Hyundai today. Check it out, HyundaiofAuburn.com.
And my Max Martin deals. Tell them Max sent you. I might get a bonus.
Max, you're not real.
What?
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Satterfield on Highway 280 in Alec City. Satterfield is the Lake Martin area's Big Green Egg and Accessories headquarters.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. One more segment in the first hour of tonight's program. What's on your mind this evening? 256-234-6221 is the number here. What's the word? What's the word, Luke?
Thunderbird.
For Steve Spurrier taking the Orlando job in the Alliance of American Football, what's the word?
Fun.
I like it.
I like it because Spurrier, he's meant to be coaching. We need him coaching. But I think this thing is going to flop because I
think it's got a chance.
I know everybody says that. We said that.
Yeah,
USFL.
but there's no. I mean, look, they're going about this the right way. Number one, it's like it's a restaurant that doesn't. They're coming in there saying, we understand we're not going to make money the first year. We got it. Okay, we're in it for the long haul. Our sponsors are in it for the long haul. Number two, we are modeling. It's nothing kitschy. It's nothing stupid. It's nothing. We're not going to have naked girls out here dancing. Which, I mean,
I'm not sure that.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Yeah. But, look, we're going after the 4A player, to borrow a baseball term. Guys that are too good for AAA but not good enough for Major Leagues. So we're right on the cusp. The Tim Tebow's of the world, maybe the El Toro Freemans of the world. We're going for those guys that just came up a little short from making it.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
And we're adding in guys like Steve Spurrier.
And I think the 30 for 30 when this thing flops will be great.
It may do it. But I just think that this has got a chance. It may not have a great – and plus there's only 8 teams, 10 weeks. They're not going anything crazy. And I think it could be interesting. You add some more characters like him, and it will be fun.
Yeah, it could be, but again, he's also going to be looked at as a guy who didn't make it in the NFL, and he goes to this league and is sort of in between, and I think his ego may even get in the way. Huh?
Yeah, no recruiting. So he can.
Look, I'm for it. I hope it works out. I just don't believe it'll work out.
Yeah. What's the word for Ole Miss formally objecting to Shea Patterson receiving immediate playing time at Michigan?
Typical. It's just typical of it. College football sometimes gets in its own way. Ole Miss should say it is with great humility we say you may transfer without penalty. And people would say, Ole Miss, hey man,
but
that's
this
a
is
good
the NCAA's
job.
decision. It's just I don't even know what Ole Miss is. I don't even know what their deal
But
is.
what are they? What is their deal? It's not like Michigan's playing Ole Miss.
I know.
If Michigan and Ole Miss played game one, and if I were Ole Miss, I would say, look, guys, we're playing y'all game one. Okay, I object. Okay, that's fine. Because you can't say, don't play in game one. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But there's no chance for them to interact this year. It is no skin off Ole Miss's back if he plays for the University of Michigan. And it's better for college football if Shea Patterson plays for Michigan this year. Ole Miss's job isn't to do what's best for college football. I get that. But I think this was Ole Miss, people look at Ole Miss right now as the dirtiest program in the country. Am I wrong?
That's probably, outside of Auburn. I mean, close. Looking at Alabama.
Close.
Yeah.
Okay. So people look at you really insulted both of us somehow that way. That was really a bad insult by you.
I mean, Auburn looking to Alabama and Alabama looking to Auburn.
When you have to clarify your own insults, it's not a good insult. But
this is true.
I think it's just typical of a school giving itself a bad name when really you could have done the humanitarian thing, the good PR thing, and allowed him to move on.
What's the word for Otani's MLB start? I can't say his first name. Shohei?
I think it's Shohei Otani, but
okay.
I really, honestly.
He's 2-0 with a 2.0 ERA. He is batting .389 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs.
I'm going to say interesting because it is interesting, but I'm not paying attention yet. Baseball, I need to get 40 games in before I even look at anything baseball.
You're so not the one to ask this question.
It's a terrible question to ask Luke. I agree with you.
But, I mean, if that stat does not intrigue, that's not intriguing, if that's not incredible, I mean, this guy's doing something nobody's.
I mean, really? But again, we talked about this off air,
Ruth.
that some people use the term great, they just throw it around like everything's great. That guy's great. He's unbelievable. He's the truth. You're saying this is incredible. Like you can't believe the credibility of this. I can believe it.
A guy throws 100 miles an hour.
This guy was doing it in Japan, right? He was doing this in Japan.
As far as I
know.
So
I'm like, okay, you come here and you do this, and you do it against the big boys. But can we at least get 40 games in before we call it incredible?
No.
We got to get 10 games in.
It's incredible right now. Okay. If he's 40 games in and doing this,
your mind's going to be blown.
If he's threatening to bat 340 and threatening to win a Cy Young, it's beyond incredible. I don't even know what. I mean, it's all time after that.
Wow. Thank God you didn't, go overboard with the descriptions here.
Are you kidding
If he goes all year with it, then okay, I can buy that. Can we at least get 40 games in before we call it incredible? We can say this is pretty cool right now. Pretty cool. It's not incredible.
It is incredible.
Okay. 40 games in, how are you going to describe it? You've already used incredible on this. Very incredible?
I'm going to say
no such thing.
stupendous.
Oh, and then what? 60 games in.
And then supercalifragilistic.
All
right. Luke, thank you, Justin.
You're 12 games deep, Justin. I mean,
yeah, but it hasn't been done in 100 years.
Okay. I mean, but things like this happen in baseball every single year, seemingly. Something
Not
always
like
happens. They haven't, this guy hadn't won in a day game when the lights were on accidentally in 100 years.
This is akin to a guy.
It's pretty cool.
They're changing arms in the middle of an at bat. A pitcher going to a guy.
I find it more incredible that a guy who nobody picked to win, that everybody apparently hates, who's estranged from his family, whose girlfriend had his parents escorted from one of the tournaments that he was competing in, wins the Masters than this stat. I find that more incredible. I don't even know if you can say something I guess you can say something.
You can say anything you want to say.
Okay.
We'll have to take a break here, but we will come back. We'll finish this out. Just 2 more left in this segment, but anyway.
We'll take a long time with them.
Well, that's true. More to come on this edition of Sportz Blitz Live right after these messages.
We're making room for spring shipments during the Honda Dream Garage Spring event at Sarah Honda Sylacauga. Drive your choice new 2018 HR-V or Civic LX, only $189 a month. $189 a month. Hurry to Sarah Honda Sylacauga, customers first.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Sentricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Sentricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
Do you want the best? Go with Crest. Crest pontoon boats at Harbor Point Marina. Luxury, style, and performance without compromise. That's Crest Pontoons. Right now, Harbor Point Marina has the new 2018 Crest pontoons on the showroom floor. Make sure to save big on our limited remaining 2017 models while they last. And don't forget about our in-water boat show, April 27th to 29th. For the best in Crest pontoons and all your boating needs, get to the point. Harbor Point in Stillwater's Lake Martin or online at harborpoint.net.
We're making room for spring shipments during the Honda Dream Garage Spring event at Sarah Honda Sylacauga. Drive your choice new 2018 HR-V or Civic LX, only $189 a month. $189 a month. Hurry to Sarah Honda Sylacauga, customers first.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Alex City Marine, the Lake Martin area's premier new and used boat and motor dealership. Find out more at alexcitymarine.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Luke Robinson here with you for one more hour, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221. Thank you, Alex City Marine, sponsorship of this segment. We're in What's the Word? And Luke says it was incredible what Otani is doing.
Interesting. You said incredible.
That's what he's lying. All right, Ole Miss having the #1 ranked recruiting class for 2019 is, what's the word?
I'm going to say frightening. And I mean it frightening.
How about temporary?
Yeah, I'm going to say temporary is pretty good. But I'm going to say frightening if you're an Ole Miss fan, because
14 commitments.
Okay,
right now,
that certainly affects the numbers, but you still think, okay, we're on double secret probation. How are we doing this?
Well, according to the coach, he says the idea of what did he say is
underdog overcoming.
Something about, he said the smoke is cleared. Basically, he said, all the confusion is now over.
Well, I'll say this too, that it wouldn't surprise me in the least if some of these guys that are committed to Ole Miss flip.
Well, they've already flipped one from Mississippi State to them. So
yeah, but I think there's some there's some guys now that maybe gave their commitment to Ole Miss early that have been bumped up the rankings. I think there's a kid named Ely, a running back out of Mississippi that Alabama's looking heavy on again. And I mean, I think that there could be some guys that flip from Ole Miss.
I'm rooting for Matt Luke. I really am.
I mean, like Matt Luke. You're not really rooting for him because, look, somebody's got to be the dog.
You know
in the
how
West.
all those people say, all these people, that I kind of snicker behind their back when I say, they say, I root for Auburn unless they're playing Alabama.
Yeah.
And I say, that's the way it ought to be. I'm not like that.
No.
I'm not like that.
No,
but
that's not how it should be.
I'm rooting for Ole Miss until they play Auburn.
It is weird. I'll say this. The SEC chants. I pull for Ole Miss when I pull for Mississippi State. I pull for South Carolina. I pull for really everybody except Auburn in the SEC. But when at the same time, I don't mind their demise. It's a weird thing. Like if they win, I'm like SEC, and if they lose, I'm like ha.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that theory at all. I don't root for the SEC just because they're in the SEC.
You don't root for SEC teams other than Auburn, really?
No. I mean, sometimes
like Texas A&M, Clemson. Who are you pulling for?
Depends on what happened that year.
West Virginia, Tennessee. I'm talking about the opening season, LSU, Miami.
I'm probably it's a toss up really. I have no dog in the fight, so I'm neutral in a lot of those games. But I'll root
naturally gravitate to one.
I root against Georgia actively.
Really? Okay.
I root against Alabama, of course, actively. I sometimes I'll pull for LSU.
It's tough sometimes, and I know that my Alabamanism my Bamarism is supposed to mean I never cheer for Tennessee. I laugh at them when they lose, but I kind of cheer for them.
Yeah.
I kind of cheer for Tennessee. I don't care because they're such a non-threat to Alabama right now. It's easy to say, I don't cheer for them. Well, I mean, I do cheer for them, but
Alabama's visit to the White House was what's the word?
Swagtastic. How about that? Made one up because Tony Brown went and made it fun. Tony Brown was wearing, what do we call it, a Yushchenko? What is the Russian hat, the big furry Russian hat? And we at first thought it was a gigantic afro. It turned out to be a giant Russian hat. Tony Brown meeting
Trump. There's no way he can afford that. If Seinfeld is a reference, there's no way he could afford that.
Well, it could be neutral rat.
Did he get that from T-Town Menswear?
Could have. They have them on special. 2 autographs and it's yours.
Did it come with a car?
Could have. You never know. Ironically,
I must see this hat.
Ironically, while you're saying that, Justin Clayton says, is Auburn going to get Owen, I think it's Papo?
I think that.
And
that sounds good to me. Wayne
Morris. I don't know. I mean, I think
they both visited multiple times.
There have been some crystal balls to that effect, and Auburn got one of their teammates to commit to this morning, an offensive lineman who's a 3-star. I'd still be a little shocked. I mean, in the end, Georgia's Georgia right now, and Georgia's recruiting another level. It wouldn't shock me if the linebacker went there and Morris went to Tennessee. Morris has an affinity for Tennessee for whatever reason. I know if I were neutral, I would probably pick Auburn over Tennessee right now. But you may look at Tennessee and say, golden opportunity there to play. I don't know. But, yeah, both of them are highly regarded guys. I would say it's 50-50 on both of them. I don't think necessarily they go to the same school.
Okay.
That Grayson team is unbelievable, by the way.
This is a high school or the higher level high school team in Georgia.
Oh, they're just disgusting good. They're going to be great. They're going to be a lot of fun. They'll be on ESPN at some point. Yeah. They got to be.
These guys are prospective seniors, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is Papo?
He's like the number 7-8 player in the country, linebacker.
5-star.
He's like Dylan Moses light. He's been one of those guys that since 8th, 9th grade, people have been waiting on him to grow up. I think Clemson and Alabama were in there early. He sort of fell out of lust with them. Now it seems like it's Georgia-Auburn. He's been to Auburn a bunch, but Georgia's still the home state, and he's going to announce May 4th. So there's a lot of time. It's one of those things that he could be Auburn today, Georgia tomorrow, LSU the next week, who knows. But
even after he commits, it could be that.
Well, and that's the thing. He's committing on May 4th. What does it matter? I mean, we have found out. Now, you can do all the early signing and whatever. It's still in December.
What is Wayne Morris?
He's an offensive lineman.
Okay.
On the same team.
Yeah, the guy that committed today he's like the number 12 center in the country.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
How do you rank the number 12 center in the country? I sort of lose touch after 5 centers.
That's true. Mark says he always pulls against Georgia, almost always pulls against Tennessee and Florida. Will now always pull against Texas A&M because he can't stand Jimbo. 50-50 on Alabama and LSU. Don't really care about the rest. 50-50 on Alabama.
And LSU, he's an Auburn fan, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, how are you 50-50 on Alabama and LSU? I would think it'd be the other way. I can see almost Auburn hating LSU more than Georgia right now. Now,
no.
Historically, I know, but I'm saying since the SEC West has developed, Auburn and LSU have had such an interesting game.
Well, yeah. I think there's it seems to me that has kind of shifted. There used to be a mutual respect between Auburn and Georgia. Now it's gotten bitter.
Well, because
there's now a mutual respect between LSU and Auburn, but it's kind of gotten bitter between Auburn and Georgia.
Because we're kind of made to feel that way, and we can go on a rant about society in this way. Like it used to be
society.
Well, it used to be Democrats and Republicans could talk and have some discourse, and you can't. If you're a Republican, you are just
Red
evil, and you're only for big corporations. If you're a Democrat, you're a hippie who follows around Grateful Dead cover bands. I mean, there is no in-between anymore. I mean, that's the thing about a rivalry. It's not a rivalry if you don't hate the other team anymore.
Yeah.
That's how ESPN has portrayed it all. That's how CBS has portrayed it all, and we've all soaked it in because, yes, it's helped create the sport and the passion. The problem is, I don't hate Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so...
I don't hate Alabama.
Yes, you do, and that's fine. I mean, we hate each other. And we don't like each other's football team.
See, there you go with the gray. Yeah. See, there you go with the gray. I try to. Those words hurt, Lou.
They don't hurt you. They don't. They're just fine.
Sticks
they
and
slide
stones.
right off of you.
Yeah. Okay. Up against the break here. When we come back, we will get to the players of the week. Don't want to miss that. We'll be back right after this.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside,
but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy,
ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Spring's in full swing at Alex City Marine, and the all-new 2018 Landau and Manitou Tri-Tunes are on the lot with more arriving daily. Take a demo and save with off-season pricing. Alex City Marine needs your trade, so now through the spring, the good guys at Alex City Marine are offering top values on all trade-ins. Make sure to get your boat in early for repairs and summarization, and you'll find boating's best lines of Suzuki and Mercury outboards. Go with the pros the locals know, and save the date of April 27th for our huge in-water boat show and sale.
Sarah Honda, Sarah Nissan, and Tony Sarah Ford in Sylacauga offers the largest selection of Hondas, Nissans, and Fords in Central Alabama. And our promise to you is customers first. Over 100 vehicles under $10,000. And with 800 certified vehicles every day, you're guaranteed to find the vehicle of your dreams. Plus, with the Sarah Promise, you'll get the best deal. No hassle trade, best service, and the 72-hour exchange policy. Central Alabama, this is Sarah Country.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
Scotty Fortenberry is Dadeville and the Lake Martin area's full-service Alpha agent. His office on Broadneck Street offers comprehensive life, home, auto, and boat insurance at Alpha's competitive rates. Scotty and Alpha Insurance are Alabama's #1 life insurance company for a reason. You'll always get the personal attention you and your family need. Scotty also has your commercial needs covered, so whether it's just a quote or full insurance evaluation, call Alpha agent Scotty Fortenberry at 256-825-9211.
Bucks Island is one of the oldest boat dealers in Alabama, serving boaters since 1948 with the largest boat showroom in the state. Bass boats featuring Skeeter, cruisers and sport boats featuring Monterey, pontoons featuring Crest, G3 and Voyagers, powered by Mercury and Yamaha. Bucks Island has sold over 10,000 boats and with a full service and parts and accessories department to keep your boat in top condition. Don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote. Visit Bucks Island on Highway 77 in Southside or online at bucksisland.com. Give them a call at 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island, where our #1 product is customer satisfaction. This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Peaches and Clean, caring for your floors and a whole lot more in East Central Alabama.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Time for the Players of the Week. We'll let Luke start us off.
Let's start with the Lee Marketing Group River Region Player of the Week, and that's Emily Pinkston from Wetumpka. She was named the Scholar Athlete of the Year for 6A at the Bryant Jordan Award Banquet.
The East Alabama Player of the Week, presented by Lee Apparel, is Cody Argo from Reeltown, a baseball and basketball player who suffered life-threatening burns as a 3-year-old, was honored as the Larry Striplin Achievement Award winner. Wow.
And
there's a story behind that, I'm sure.
There is. There's got to be. But also, just FYI, Larry Striplin was a great man. I mean, just I had some.
Tell me about Larry Striplin.
He's just a good, fine human being. He was. Anyway. Sign Source Lake Martin Player of the Week is Benjamin Hendricks. I had the pleasure of interviewing him earlier for Inside the AHSA. Just one of the best young men you'll ever meet. Obviously from Benjamin Russell, the senior linebacker, was named the 6A Achievement Award winner at the Bryant Jordan Award Banquet, and he also won the A-Club scholarship as well, so pretty big deal.
Concrete presents our Talladega County Player of the Week. I'm going to say Amaz, I think. Amaz Carmichael from Talladega. She signed a letter of intent to play basketball at Pensacola State Community College. Anytime you can get a scholarship like that, wonderful, wonderful news.
It's wonderful news for the parents.
Yes, it is.
Russell Building Supply, Russell Do-It Center AHSA Radio Network Player of the Week is Hamp Sisson from Mountain Brook High School. The senior quarterback was the winner of the Ken and Betty Joy Blankenship Scholarship Athlete Award. The award essentially named Sisson the state's top scholar athlete in the class of 2018. My goodness gracious.
The Lee County Player of the Week, presented by Quinn Harrelson with Interleak Mortgage Services, is Jake Reitz from Auburn High School. He finished second overall to help the Auburn men's golf team to victory at the 43rd annual Larry Gaither Hardway Invitation in Columbus, Georgia. So congratulations to all of our Sports Blitz Players of the Week.
I want to go back to this fan discussion we talked about. And I know Auburn and Georgia have something special going on. But you know, I've been to Georgia a few times, and yeah, their fans were kind of tough when I went. What was Gene Stallings' first year? So 1990, I went to that game there. I went to the other game, the Brody game, where he was put back in by Mike Shula and just absolutely obliterated. I want to say that was like 2004, and Georgia fans weren't great then. But you know, I went in 2015 in that rainy game when Alabama and Georgia were both undefeated, and Alabama just walloped. They went up 38-3. Ended up winning 38-10. And they were fine. In fact, it was the reason for my article today in the paper about we were sitting there. It was driving rainstorm. Georgia was getting mauled. They couldn't do anything. And there was one family beside us of Georgia fans. Most everybody had left. one family of Georgia fans, and like the little kids were tugging on Daddy's pants leg and saying, Daddy, can we go home now? We're tired, we're cold, our team's getting killed, I'm hungry, I'm sad, And Dad said, the team's here, we're going to be here. And I'm thinking, you don't play. Why don't you leave right now? You've got things to do at your house. If Alabama's getting beat 38-3, guess where I'm going?
Yeah.
Home. I'm not one of those, you got to stay here till the clock hits 000. Yes, I might miss the most amazing comeback that's ever been. But the chances of that are the same as my hitting the lottery on the way home. So I'm fine if your team is being destroyed and you've got laundry to do, go do the laundry. It's cool.
I agree. I've left many an Auburn game.
I just don't people say you're not a good fan, whatever. In the Brody sack game of 2005, I left with 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go with my brother because we were down 14-0. I said, we can't score on them. And we left. My mom called.
In the first half?
First quarter. My mom called us when we were already in Dadeville and said, are y'all ready to go? We said, we're in Dadeville. We can't get you. We've already left. It was a great ride, though, because there was nobody on 280.
I'm sure. I actually enjoyed that game.
I'm sure you did, but I'm saying that's case in point of don't torture yourself.
Yeah.
Only a masochist Alabama fan would have sat through the Sack Brody game.
I made it to the halftime of Auburn Texas A&M in 2012.
Now, because by halftime there were more people at Auburn's A-Day than there were in that game.
It was 42-7 at half, I believe.
I can't believe y'all had 7 in that game. Did y'all?
Yeah.
You got shut out by Georgia and Alabama that year.
Yeah. Though. It was 63-21, I think. We put up 21. We fought back. We fought back in the second half.
Yeah. Leaving it. Justin says, Randy and I left the 2012 game at halftime, A&M. That's nothing, man. You call me when you leave with 7:39 left to go in the first quarter.
Well, you were right to leave because y'all had no chance.
We had no shot.
Let's go to the phone line. We'll welcome in again.
Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
This is Brian from Electric.
Hey, Brian. What's going on, buddy?
Watching the UAB Blazers and the Crimson Tide of Alabama baseball. Alabama got a 12-3 lead in the bottom of the 7th.
Wow.
Alabama's leading 12-3?
Breaking out.
They scored 3 runs in the second, 6 in the 4th, 3 more in the 5th.
All right.
Do you happen to know the Auburn score, Brian?
8-3 Stanford.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
You're a bearer of wonderful news.
See you, buddy. I'll tell you, it was 2-0 UAB when you were doing the interview with Mr. Turling, and I thought, okay, here goes Alabama again, midweek troubles. And Auburn was down 4-0, but I mean, I was thinking Auburn will come back. Maybe they won't. Maybe Auburn's really hit that proverbial wall.
Well, midweek games, I don't, like you say, but it's a big weekend for Auburn. We'll talk more about baseball in maybe an upcoming segment, but they got Mississippi State coming in. Mississippi State's
they're the worst team in the West.
They're 4-8, and they're the worst team in the West. But if they take 2 or 3 from Auburn,
they're not going to
Auburn's the worst team in the West.
They're not going to take 2 or 3 from Auburn. And then Auburn's actually got a good break. I think they go to Alabama after that, right?
They do.
So if you're Auburn, this may be the salve you need. I mean, you may need this. These two teams.
Oh, there's no question. We do. But will we take advantage of it?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not like you've got Florida coming up. Or
no, but we go to Florida after Alabama.
Okay, but
games.
Again, if you get your bats hot again, you have a shot.
Well, we better. Do y'all have any microwaves up there?
Nah, we've taken them all away. We spent all our money on cars.
Up against another break here, but we'll go ahead and let the commercials roll. Pay some bills. Couldn't get it.
You looked at me for help. I didn't know where you were going.
My train of thought left me. I don't know where I was going. More to come on this edition of Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
The door is open, the beer's cold, and the biscuits are hot at Foshee Watts on Dable Road in Alexander City. Fishing season is in year-round and live bait is available. Non-ethanol gas is available along with propane and pellet ice. So come on by and see what we're all about, where the kitchen is open Monday through Friday, early at Foshis Watts on Dable Road in Alexander City. And tell them old Katie sent you right here from the front porch, WAXC TV.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
G'day, boss. See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
When you're a business owner, your mind is always on the job.
Anything before I go?
All set.
So is ours. At Frankenmuth Insurance, our independent agents work with you to customize coverage, improve safety, and help prevent losses. Let us take some of the work off your plate. Start a frank conversation with your local agent.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Centricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. About 35 more minutes left in tonight's show. 256-234-6221. A lot of guys from the SEC not going to be, or at least possibly not going to be back with their teams. We already mentioned Mustafa Heron. He will enter the draft. He is going to sign with an agent. Colin Sexton from Alabama is going to enter the draft. He will sign with an agent as well. Kevin Knox from Kentucky, he will sign with an agent. Michael Porter Jr. from Missouri will sign with an agent. Robert Williams from Texas A&M is gone. Shai Gilgeous Alexander will sign with an agent, and DJ Hogg, a little surprising.
That was
from
surprising.
Texas A&M. He will sign with an agent as well. For guys that are going but will not sign with an agent, Jared Harper, Austin Wiley from Auburn, and now we find out, of course, Deshaun Murray is transferring as well. This team may not look remotely like it did last year, which is sad, but nonetheless. Terrence Davis from Ole Miss, Tyler Davis from Texas A&M, Jalen Hudson from Florida, Lamar Peters from Mississippi State, Jonte Porter from Missouri, Admiral Schofield from Tennessee, P.J. Washington from Kentucky, Quindarius and Nick Weatherspoon, both the brothers leaving. And, that's at least all the ones that are.
And we're not through. I mean, there could be some more guys come out. It wouldn't surprise me if Bryce Brown tested the waters. It wouldn't surprise me if Chimo Kiki tested the waters. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, I don't see the harm in it saying I'm going to go and just get evaluated.
That's a good thing today. I mean, this means if you don't sign with an agent, it's great. You get evaluated. They say, son, you're probably not going to get drafted. If you do, there's a good chance you won't make a roster. Come back to school. Wonderful.
Now, here's the thing, though. I wonder if you say, and it is great for the player, but I wonder for the school how much of a limbo it puts them in because you don't know who you can recruit.
It does.
You've got to kind of halfway recruit people. It's kind of like keeping a girlfriend on the line. That could come back to bite you.
And the problem is that, and even a bigger problem is, even though you know that this kid's got hardly any chance to be drafted, doesn't mean he still won't go.
That's right.
I mean, so because Mustafa Heron, not going to get drafted.
I just looked on CBS before the show started about the number of juniors. I didn't count the juniors that have come out, and it didn't even have Austin Wiley on the list or Jared Harper on the list. It hadn't updated that much. So there's no telling how many others they haven't updated. I think there are more juniors coming out than there are draft slots. So forget the seniors, and I say juniors coming out, underclassmen.
Underclassmen, yeah.
Forget the seniors. Forget they're involved. Forget the foreigners that are involved. You wouldn't be able to fill all the slots with guys leaving early. And so you think, okay, that's so stupid. Why are they doing this? Well, they may look at it like it's not a bad living to go. We have known people from Alexander City area who have gone to Greece, who've gone to Turkey, who've gone to France, and they make $250,000 to $500,000 a year. It ain't bad money, man.
Yeah.
It's not. And if you're not going to be in the NBA,
but that's not a destination play.
It's not. Well, if you told me that I could make $250,000 a year in France doing what I love, playing basketball, and I could do it for 8 years, it's not a bad gig. Not on $250,000 on top of what other incentives you get for marketing yourself.
Backup players in the NBA make $10 million a year.
They do, but what if you're not good enough for the NBA? And here's the thing.
Oh, that's the problem. All of them think they are.
Well, here's the thing. If you're Jared Harper, I think Jared Harper will come back, but let me just take him for example. I don't think if Jared Harper comes back, he ain't gonna be in the NBA the next year.
I know.
So why not go on to Europe and start cashing a check? That's one way to look at this thing. You can say, well, come on back to school and improve your. You're not going to improve your draft. Jared Harper he's not unless he grows 6 inches. And I think the same thing with Austin Wiley. He's going to learn more if he's sitting on the bench in the NBA than he's going to learn at Auburn, I would think. It's not like Bruce Pearl has put he's a great coach. He hasn't put a lot of guys in the NBA that I know of. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm sure he put a lot of guys in Tennessee. I'm
going to have to look up. I don't remember a lot of NBA superstars that he groomed.
Now, superstars, that's a different question. I don't know.
So I'm saying if you're Austin Wiley, you may look at it like, I could make the case Colin Sexton could come back and learn some things. But he's going to be a lottery pick. You got to go.
No.
Got to go.
If you're a top 10, top 15 pick.
I think if you're a first rounder, if you're on the cusp of a first rounder, I go.
Yeah.
Now, Mustafa Heron, I kind of look at it and I say, I don't know, man. If your goal is NBA, I don't know. But if your goal is just to play professionally, yeah, I think you can do that.
Yeah. Well, they keep saying my goal is to play at the highest level. Europe ain't it. So, but again, you start. It's one thing to say, yeah, I could, but $250,000 is chump change for NBA. But if you actually cash in that check, that's a different thing. So,
well, I'm just wondering if Mustafa Heron had come back to Auburn, do you really think he would be in a much better position to say be a first round lock next year? I don't.
I think if he could really improve his 3-point shooting, then maybe, but probably not. He's probably about as good as he's going to get.
I'm with you. I think he's about capped out. So I think when you've capped out, you might as well go on. I mean, you come back to school and you get hurt, then you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, well,
literally.
That's when you take out an insurance policy, maybe.
Okay, still not the same as making the money that you'd be making in Europe.
I get it. But that's a pretty good bit of chump change, though. Did you see where Wes Flanagan has emerged as a top candidate to join the staff as a full-time assistant coach?
I did.
Effective replacing former associate head coach. Okay.
But if I were Auburn, I'd be like, let's cool it on the former players right now. Yeah. We have one we were going to build a statue to that has gotten us in some hot water. Let's just ease up on former players. Let's sort of go outside the box here.
He has 18 years of coaching experience and was most recently the head coach, University of Arkansas Little Rock, where he was fired in March after combining a 22-42 record in 2 seasons. Well, let's hope he's a great recruiter.
Yeah.
And I can see that. And he's an Auburn guy.
Yeah, if you know, again, just looking at it on the surface, I think I'd be happy with it. I don't know necessarily how.
Let's just hope if it's Bruce's choice, I'm good with it.
Have y'all Sabanized Bruce Pearl already?
What does that mean?
Have you just whatever
Bruce wants, Bruce? No, I'm just the whole deal was that Chuck wasn't his choice. He was forced upon him. So let's just make sure he's.
Yes, that's kind of hard to 100% believe, isn't it? I mean, if the head coach says, I'm not taking this guy, I feel like they're not.
Would anybody but Bruce Pearl because he was so desperate to get the job? I might. It's easier for me to believe with Bruce.
I don't know how anything's easy to believe with Bruce.
I think Bruce is a great asset to Auburn, and I think everybody's jealous of his success. Up against another break here. But don't go anywhere. Got a couple more segments left. We'll actually talk about some other things when we come back. More to come right after this.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's Trane dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Do you want the best? Go with Crest. Crest pontoon boats at Harbor Point Marina. Luxury, style, and performance without compromise. That's Crest Pontoons. Right now, Harbor Point Marina has the new 2018 Crest pontoons on the showroom floor. Make sure to save big on our limited remaining 2017 models while they last. And don't forget about our in-water boat show, April 27th to 29th. For the best in Crest pontoons and all your boating needs, get to the point. Harbor Point in Stillwater's Lake Martin or online at harborpoint.net.
Gotta get to Gil's Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gil's. Selection and price, got to get to Gil's. Gotta get to Gil's. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gil's Auto Sales. We can finance you, gotta get to Gil's. Selection and price, gotta get to Gil's. Gotta get to Gil's.
East Central Alabama asked for it, and Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoors has answered with the region's full-service Mahindra tractor and UTV dealer on Highway 280 in Alex City, next to Tallapoosa Ford. Full lines of Mahindra tractors, E-Max, Max 1500 series to 5500 series. We have the world's #1 tractor line. Get the job done as well with full lines of the world's toughest UTVs and accessories. Visit the all-new Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor in Alex City. True grit never taps out with Mahindra tractors, UTVs, and accessories.
What do you see when you think about your future?
Do you see determination that keeps you going, that helps you make a difference in your world?
Do you see challenges that make you stronger?
Southern Union State Community College realizes that your opportunities for greatness are unlimited. Your journey has just begun.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Russell Do-It Center, offering a complete assortment of lumber, building materials, electrical, and plumbing supplies. Russell Do-It Center stores deliver first-class service, top-rate products, and competitive do-it-best pricing.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Just a couple more segments in tonight's show. Talking about Baseball, Luke's favorite sport. Auburn and Alabama. Auburn started off the year taking 2 or 3 from Texas A&M, who was thought to be one of the better teams in the SEC. Lost 2 of 3 on the road at Kentucky. Came home, lost 2 or 3 to Missouri, and then got swept this weekend at Arkansas. Going and looking through there, and you think about how many of those games are so close and Auburn let slip away. Missouri, they gave up 5 unearned runs and lost 2 of those 3 games. In this Arkansas game, they lost 2-1 in the first game, lost 5-4 after blowing a 4-0 lead in game 3. It just seems like they are very razor. They have no margin for error here. You put Casey Mize on the mound, if they don't win that Friday night game, you feel like you're in trouble. Tanner Burns has pitched pretty well to be a true freshman, but he just ran out of luck, it seems. Alabama started the year losing 2 of 3 at home to Georgia. They went on the road, got swept by Tennessee, but they won 2 of 3 at home to Kentucky. And this weekend, very impressively, went on the road. Missouri got a very good pitching staff, so it's a good win for Alabama to take 2 of 3 on the road against the Tigers. You look, Auburn built up some pretty good numbers in the out-of-conference schedule, but since SEC play has started, dead last is team average, dead last on base percentage, dead last in hits, 13th in runs scored, 40. To put that in perspective, Florida has scored 100.
That's amazing.
Arkansas has scored 90. Auburn has scored 40.
That's incredible.
Yeah, no. 13th in doubles. Have hit 8 home runs. That's middle of the pack, 7th. But 13th in steals, 13th in fielding percentage. There's another one. They have made the second most errors, 16 errors since SEC play started. Middle of the road, outside of Casey Mize, the ERA as a team, the bullpen's kind of faltering a little bit, 4.23. Have given up 14 unearned runs in SEC play. That ain't good. In 12 games, you give up 14 unearned runs. On the other hand, Alabama, not very good with the bat either. Only 228. That's 12th. 12th in on base percentage. 12th in hits. They've got 9. They've only scored 42 runs. So, the offense is not getting it done for Alabama. But number 1 ERA since SEC play started, for whatever reason, I don't know. They have ramped it up, and they are pitching well, and that's paying some dividends for them.
And every time I turn Alabama on TV, and I mean, if they're playing on SEC Network, I'm not going to make an appointment to watch it because, again, it doesn't matter. With baseball, you've got a million games. But if it's on, I'm going to watch it, and every time I turn it on, it seems like
every game
they've got 2 or 3 opponents on base. I don't see how they're leading in ERA. It doesn't make sense.
They're walking a lot of people,
I guess.
Auburn gets Mississippi State. We mentioned that. Losing tonight at Samford, but they get Mississippi State, who Mississippi State right now 17-16, 4-8 in the SEC, last in the West. One of only a few teams that's not ranked right now, as Florida is the number 1 team in the country. But Alabama has to go on the road at Texas A&M. That will be a challenge, as Texas A&M, number 19 in the country, 23-9, 5-7. If Alabama were to somehow take 2 or 3 from Texas A&M, they would sneak into the rankings, I believe. That would again be a very good series for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams ranked in the top 25 for the SEC. I think that's one part of the problem.
Doesn't some of that speak to laziness from the? Again, even as an Auburn fan, you got to say, who are the people? Who are the other 22 teams? If Auburn's the 23rd best team in the country right now, I think you're out of your mind. I mean, there's got to be some other teams that are better than playing. They just got swept and didn't look great doing it. And then the one game they started looking great.
They got swept by the number 3 team in the country.
They did, but then the game they started looking great. Auburn was number 13.
And they could have won 2 of those games.
And they're getting beat at home by Samford right now?
Well,
or not at home, at Samford. But
they take I don't think they take into account midweek games, really.
They may not.
Because
but again, I'm just saying it doesn't feel like some of these. LSU is 20-13, and they're number 24.
Yeah, but they've played a really tough schedule, too. They take into account all those kind of things.
Okay. I mean.
And a lot of it's based on talent level as well.
Okay. Again, though, it just seems like, everybody has a problem in football when you say, well, they played a tough schedule, or this, that, and the other. Oh, yeah, but this other team's undefeated. I mean, it seems like laziness from the baseball voters to me a little bit.
Let's switch the gears to softball a little bit while we round out this segment here. Auburn softball, again, started out the year getting swept by LSU in Baton Rouge, but have turned it on since. Took 2 or 3 from Alabama at home, swept Kentucky, went on the road, took 2 or 3 from Ole Miss, and took 2 or 3 from Tennessee this weekend. Alabama, uncharacteristically a little bit, is 2-2 in series. Lost 2 of 3 at Auburn, won 2 of 3 at Ole Miss, won 2 of 3 at Kentucky, and then lost 2 of 3 again to Florida, who is number 7 in the country. No shame there. But Auburn built up, again, some stats in the out-of-conference since SEC play has started. Dead last in batting average. So baseball and softball really getting it done at the plate. 315, that's 10th. On base percentage, 12th. They have hits, fair amount of home run hits, 81. That's middle of the road. But they have the best ERA in the SEC, and Kaylee Carlson has one of the best ERAs, if not the best, in the country at 0.66. She has now set a record for wins as an Auburn pitcher. Alabama, on the other hand, has really started to turn it on since SEC play started. They were really struggling with the bats, but they have ramped it up. They're now out second with a 279 batting average, 442 slugging, 371 on base percentage, 12 home runs. That's second. Only giving up 42 walks. That's second. But again, their ERA is 3.43. It's kind of Auburn and Alabama's kind of reversed. Auburn was the power hitting team with not very good pitching, and Alabama was always really dominant in the circle and wasn't quite as prolific with the bat. So the roles have kind of reversed here. Auburn will go on the road to Missouri. Missouri's the worst team in the SEC, 21-21, 4-11. Great opportunity for Auburn to go on the road and get a sweep, or if not, 2 of 3. Alabama on the road at Arkansas. Arkansas is the number 20 team in the country, 30-8, 6-6. Not a bad team, so we'll see what they're able to do with them.
Alexis Osorio, who is still at Alabama, he's been there forever, as we've talked about.
I'm about sick of her, to be honest with you.
But, I wonder if teams have figured her out a little bit. I mean, I watched last night against Florida, and it seemed, she pitched.
Her record is not as good this year as
right, and she had at least 180 pitches.
Yeah. She walks a lot of batters. Mm-hmm. They're laying off that rise ball. That's one thing. If you can be patient with it, you can hit it. We'll come back. We'll finish out the show. One final segment of Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
Clearing out all the 2017 models at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. Payments as low as $199 per month and 2 years of free maintenance with every Nissan purchase now through September 30th. But only at Lynch Nissan. Shop now at lynchnissan.com. Got your eye on a new Nissan? Get to Lynch Nissan of Auburn right now for your best deal. Save up to $8,500 off MSRP. Plus, get 2 years free maintenance on every new Nissan now through September 30th. Exclusively at lynchnissan.com.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, Throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Hey, you mind if I borrowed this for a sec? I just gotta look something up.
Sure.
Conjunctivitis. That's what I got. You know, pink eye, I just couldn't think of the real name for it. Thanks, man.
When you want quick quality care, come to Russell Medical Urgent Care. We're open 7 days a week and conveniently located behind the Cancer Center on the hospital campus. Russell Medical Urgent Care. When it's not an emergency, but it's urgent.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Hyundai of Auburn. You owe it to yourself. Call Hyundai of Auburn today at 334-321-0777 and visit them online at HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke closing it out here till 9 o'clock. Any grievances this week? We were talking about the Paterno movie.
I could say that I don't know that it's a grievance necessarily, although I'll tell you what, I could come up with a grievance.
Okay.
Anybody giving the Alabama football team heck for going to the White House? You know what? It's still an honor. You may not like Trump, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. And maybe I bet you a lot of the players on Alabama's team don't like Donald Trump. That's their prerogative. It's still about the institution, and it's still about what you achieved. I think that it's something that it's a great tradition, and I don't want to see things like that broken, because that'll be a chain reaction. You know, from here on out, if there'll be all types of players boycott. This is a moment where we should all be able to say, okay, this is a good achievement. Alabama did something good. They get to go to the most iconic institution in our country and meet the President of the United States. Let's leave it at that and not politicize it.
I'm all for doing away with that altogether.
White House trips?
Yes.
Okay, I'm for that too. I would be for that too, but they go on now. They're not going to stop.
But every team that wins anything,
I know,
feels like they're going to the White. I mean, it's like we're going to Disney World now. Somehow that's become equivalent. So I don't know. I'm ready for it to be over with now. I'm like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, everybody in Washington, do your job. Let's not worry about celebrating a victory for some meaningless college victory. You know what? I mean, big deal to them and big deal to us, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, come on.
I'm with you. and I'm totally with you, and we could go off on a rant about that. But I'm saying since we do it,
yeah,
let's not politicize it.
I agree.
And if
that's not going to happen.
If we want to say, you know what I would pat Trump on the back for if he said, guys, this year, starting January 1, I'm cutting this out. We got too many other things to do. I would also love to see a president, meaning Trump or Obama or Clinton or Bush or any of them, say, guess what, guys? I'm cutting my golf down to one. I get one golfing day a month. That's what I get. And I don't think that's too much to ask, and I'm all for it. That's fine. This golfing, starting on Friday, finishing up Sunday afternoon, I about had it from all of them.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them should. We got a lot of problems, man. And we're gonna hear about them.
I saw a poll that said Donald Trump's approval rating was up to 51%.
Who took that poll?
Rasmussen or one of those legitimate polls. They say, they said it had actually risen, which never happens in his second year. But so the reason why is because he is, whether you like him or hate him, he is doing what he promised he was going to do. And that's like the first time that's ever happened with a president.
That is true. That is true. And the stock market
it made a comeback today.
Doing some big things. I mean, if you have any investments, you feel pretty good.
You got a 401k.
If you got a 401k, you feel pretty good. And I think that's great. I mean, look,
the tax breaks helping your company?
Yeah, I think that we have, business-wise, things have been better. I think because when the economy's better, people feel better about spending money. We're a higher-end company, so we need people to have some money. I mean, you're not coming to us like you're going to get the milk. I mean, but yeah, so I think things have been a little better, and I'm obviously pro-business and. Look, I get why some people dislike him. There's some things I don't like about him.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. It was kind of hard to stomach that 60 Minutes thing, man.
I didn't watch
with Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. Well, it is what
it was weird. It was a very weird thing.
It is what it is. That's going to wrap up. And why not wrap it up on Stormy Daniels? That's a good way to end the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sportz Blitz Live. We're on the air next Tuesday, same time, same channel. For Luke Robinson, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.